Hey there, welcome back and thanks for joining me. All my supplies and equipment are down in the description box and most of them have links, so check that out. And if you like these videos, hit that subscribe button. If you want to see videos when they first come out, hit that notification bell. Alright, I'm going to introduce you to some of my equipment. This is that Revlon. It has brush on the end. Of course we take that off. It has a cool, high cool. It has a low heat and a high heat, and this thing is pretty handy. It's easy to use and it's small. So, and this is my master's airbrush. Does everything I need to do. Yeah, there's nothing I can think of that I would need something else. Now it has a dial, but it does not have a number, and you can increase it or decrease it a little bit. When I've compared this with my big master, that does have a numbered dial on it. It's around 20 to 25 psi's, so somewhere in there. But again, this does everything I needed to do. It's got little rubber feet, so if you're setting it on a table, it doesn't shake your table. But also, I've got mine sitting on the floor on carpet, just because I kept knocking it off my table, so that's where it stays. And let's get going. So when I need a comfort painting or I just want to do something that makes me happy, this is the ones I do. I do the blow petals. I love doing those. So I'm going to start this, but I'm going to use pitch black and alcohol. That's it. That's all I'm going to use. So first I'm going to put this, I'm going to do this on low because I don't want it going anywhere. I just want it to get it dried. And I'll put a couple of these down on top of each other, because once I get one down and I've kind of stopped it from spreading around, the other one will sit on top of it. So I'll have plenty of ink to deal with. And the slower you go, the better it thing. It doesn't splatter when you, or as bad when you go slow. So I get that dry, and then I'm done with that. And I'm done. So, all right, let's get going. All right, and I also divide this just in my head, kind of a three. I start on the bottom, and I do the middle, and then I end up doing the top at the very end. I'm pretty much straight up and down with my airbrush, and I'm about an inch to an inch and a half behind it. I'm putting down about 2 drops of ink. Now, I'll tell you what I did differently. You see this one here on this side? It is got the little vein looking things in it. I blew that a little faster. This one I blew slower, so it had a chance to mix as it went down. This one, as soon as I put it on, I started blowing, so it hadn't had time to mix up. So that's the difference in those. I like that and better. That was the one I was really wanting to do, and so there we go. Also understand though, when you go fast, you're going to get those. So there we go. Sometimes I don't mind them. Other times I just want a really smooth petal. And it's just not going to happen today. Apparently. So I'm going to pretend like that's what I wanted to do. I wanted them fringy. Now this one I'm turning a little bit. I want it to jump that petal where it doesn't keep following in its petal steps. They're real easy to start following what was already laid down, and I was trying to get it there. So instead of like straight up and down, I actually tilt it a little bit to push it past a spot, and then I ease up on it a little bit so it'll continue to make the thing. But sometimes I don't know if I touch it and it just gets oil or what, but like this, see how it's following? I keep having equal pressure on both of them, and then I follow the one that hadn't dried up. This one dried up quicker. I will cover that. I'm not real bothered, other than it looks crappy now, but I can cover that up with a big petal. That'll be covered up too. I don't worry too terribly much, other than I don't like making ugly petals, even though they're going to be covered up, but they'll be covered up. And I get too big of a hurry. That's what that was. So just go slower. I'm sorry. So I gotta show y'all something. I've been doing, I feel a little anxious right now, and I didn't know why, and I felt just, I don't know, I was bugged. So let me show you what is bugging me. So these are my mannequin heads that I do my scrub caps and headbands on when I take pictures. It just dawned on me, they're like staring, very uncouth. They're just being rude. But, whew, okay, they'll have to turn away. Usually it's the cats, but they don't seem to bother me as much. These girls were they're on my nerves. So, I don't know, let's just keep going, act like they're not there. Oh my goodness. All right, get serious. All right, that's so much better. Maybe I just needed to understand my anxiety. It's like, ugh, you got the heebie-jeebies. You know when somebody just sitting there staring at you? Okay, hang back, let that one dry up, and now I'm going to continue with this one. I'll cover that up. I don't know why. I'll be honest with you, I have no idea why it keeps doing that. I used to not have this trouble. Okay, I'm pushing it a little bit because I want to push it through. I'm going to do that. All right, that happened because that dropped, but surely we can take care of that. All right, I want to show you this. This is one that's turning. See how I'm swinging out? Okay, I'm going to show you real quick. So when I'm going straight like this, I'm just directly behind it. My airbrush needs to follow the tip of this. As it turns, I need to swing out. So now that it's this way, I'm way over here. So I'm swinging out as I'm turning it. So I start here, and then as I'm wanting to turn it, I come out a little farther and then follow it back. So maybe that helped. All right, I'm gonna kind of try to bump it over that and see if it won't. Well, I just made it worse. Okay, I'm gonna do something. I'll have to blow back over that, but I'm gonna take that little thing out. That is just, apparently there's enough ink on it to keep messing with it, so now I'm gonna blow back over it. It may take a couple of times. There you go. Okay, at this point is when you look and see, I don't like that, I don't like that, I don't like that. This is the layer that covers those up. So you've kind of stuck some things in here. I want to clear that up. I don't like the three looking, it's not bad. I mean, it's not a deal breaker, but if I can, I would like to put one through there to cover that. I want to have a darker blue one coming over here. And maybe this right here, if I can get one long enough. And maybe one here. So I do have some things I want to adjust, but this is the point when you do it, when you're kind of getting that last layer. And you may have to put more ink because you're coming from that top layer. And that's where playing comes in. You never know. All right, I'm trying to shoot this down there over that at least. Okay, I'm all right with that. All right, I'm gonna do this one. It's hard to shoot it though when you're turning. That's the only hard thing with this. And I'm rushing, so I'm gonna do that again. Put some here. Try to take my time a little bit. I'm gonna say, because even looking at some of my older stuff, I didn't have this splitting problem. Yeah, I don't know. I hate to blame everything on humidity, but it is not alcohol's friend. All right, keep following them. This one's I think I'm gonna try to clean that up, and maybe one here or here, one or the other. I'm gonna stop. I think I think it's at a pretty good spot. Now I just really jumped on that one, didn't I? But it's all right, because look what it's doing. So yeah, if you're having trouble, keep going, change up things. Maybe get your air dryer, or I don't know, because this is 99%. I was lucky enough to get a gallon before all this mess started. Okay, I'm pretty content with how even that is, and I've got my blue, and so I'm gonna go with that. I mean, it's a consistent fringy. That'll work. Okay, I'm gonna go spray Kmart varnish. What that is going to do is stop this. It won't be able to play anymore. It's done. Then I'm gonna go back over it with Posca pen and black magic marker, and you know, we may get really crazy and just do some glitter glue. All right, I'll be right back. Okay, I've got it. It's all dry. And let me get black marker and my Posca pens. Now that I've said that, I think I do want to do glitter glue. I just think it's so cool. I know it. He was sitting in my seat and I scooted him. I don't want that. I think I'll use that. The iridescent. It'll be cute. All right. What I'm going to do, taking my chisel, I'm going to have to look at this, because if I take this and make, what can I use here? What about this? If I make it down like that, that doesn't look right because the petals are coming way up here. I need to move it up a little bit, but I have this spot down here. If it doesn't bother you, it's not a, I don't think it's a deal breaker. It's just be aware of it. If you don't like that, then before this final layer, rub that out with a Q-tip and alcohol. Do your final petals over it, and that'll be gone. So just something I didn't think about earlier on. I'm going to start building this out. Do a little at a time. Kind of get what looks like it would go with this. Then I do like them a little more dramatic, I guess, and we'll do that. All right, so I'm gonna fill that in. And I went through here and just dabbled. I'm not gonna really make that part of it, but I'm gonna let it do. Oh, something else I wanna do. I think this is so fun, but I try to make it look like it's going in the middle of these petals, but I kind of do some dots, just barely, to indicate that. Just to add something. And I went to the pointy end to do that. Well, that's a fun, just something a little extra add. Okay. Now, my Posca, because I'm going to put some of this on it, normally I would spray this again because I want to stop that ink from mixing with it, but I'm going to put this on it. Do I want to put that on it? Yes, I do. So I'm going to put this over it. It's going to influence the white. Just saying. I'm going to act like my light's coming from this direction, so it's going to be more this way. Lighter on this side. And then it's going to be just a little, I'm going to still put some over here because it's daylight and you're going to see it all, but not as much. Goodness. It's my dad. 94. I didn't move some of that because it's dried. Put some wet in here. No, that didn't work. I'm going to go through and put some dark and see if I can't. No, not really. Okay, I do want to put a little more because this looks a little odd. All right, I'm gonna do this. I don't know why this makes me giggle. It just does. I feel like my grandkids are coming out in me. All right, so I'm gonna just start putting some of this down. And I think what I like about this is it doesn't scream anything. It just kind of just adds something. Some fun. These are really cool on cards because there's just a little bit of texture because this will dry ballparkish flat. And I put these on cards a lot just to add something. Now, let's see if you can see this. You see? I don't know, I'm not getting a good shot. You can see right there, kind of the area. All right. Oh, we need a stem. This flower's just floating in the air. What do we want to do? Let's do brown. And my swatches are all the way across the room, and I'm not going to go get them, so. Nope. No, okay, that's not bad. Just gonna put a little bit. So if he's straight up and down, I didn't turn it or anything, it's gonna come out about right here. I hate making that first mark. All right. Well, there you go. All right. Y'all go have fun.